I was gone for 9 or 10 days, and then came back for a few. And the team was in Mexico City. They came back early Sunday morning. I think they were there 3.5, 4 days, and then played Monday night, left Tuesday, and we're gone for 13 days. So certainly nice being home from being on the road. Resetting ourselves for 2 days, and then 3 really productive days of practice. But I think as the season progresses, we're ready to get back to work tomorrow.
For you?
For sure, and it's I think all of us, all the bigs, have been working with Khalil a lot. He was awesome in practice this week, so he's taking strides, really in the right direction. I think I overheard Spo, saying it's him not playing, we're not getting the reps or the minutes right now in the game isn't a direct reflection of how good he's been. He's continue to work, continue to fight, and that goes all the way throughout our lineup. So it's not just me, it's not just Bam, it's everybody putting their best foot forward to just help each other and try to better communicate. That's something we're working on right now. You can hear, I would say, you can hear a great team. So we just need to continue to communicate. But it was a very productive week for all of us.
What is life like on the road now? This far in your career, you're one of the 6 guys left playing in the draft class. It's the second year of the NBA Cup. What's kind of like the difference now, with the NBA Cup and just being on the road with the new kind of like NBA life?
Yeah, I think, for me, I think it's what allows me to feel comfortable and feel good going away now is that my daughter recognizes who I am on FaceTime. So that's fun, and I try to catch her when she goes to bath time and goes to sleep every day. When she's eating, that's really an amazing time as well. But that's just one of the things, try to get with my teammates. I know Duncan was gone for personal reasons as well, so just getting out, getting a coffee, picking guys' brains, just getting to know my teammates better. And me, I like to keep it light. I like to keep guys, if guys say they don't talk, I'm going to make them sing. So just to, help that camaraderie on the road, I think that 13 days was actually good for us. Obviously, there were some games that we wish would have gone our way, in particular Detroit. And then before we went on the road trip, that game against Sacramento was tough on that Monday night. So it just shows you how fragile and how fortunate momentum can just change on the drop of a dime. But I do think that paid dividends. We come back, play back-to-back, we win. Obviously, that was great having that feeling coming off a Monday night's win and having these few days to reset ourselves and hopefully come out and have a good showing tomorrow with our legs back.
Obviously, having patience is an important part of being a rookie. What's been your message to Khalil throughout the first half of the season? He's had some playing time, been out of the rotation, kind of up and down.
Yeah, I think it's just that. It's just patience. He's, really fit in with us well because he just continues to work hard. He listens to every single one of us. He wants to apply the things that are taught to him both on and off the floor. With me, that can get a little bit messy away from the floor, but he's really just continued to chase the game, and you can tell even in practice we sometimes just put him on defense and have him guard the rim and just try to block every shot. We don't care if it's a goaltend. We don't care if he smacks the ball into the fifth row. That's something that we're talking about, like Patrick Ewing used to do at Georgetown. Just first 4 or 5 shots, he didn't give a shit. He just would smack that shit into the third or fifth row, and that's what we want to see from him. He's a guy that can really do that. And even with these bigs tomorrow, maybe not so much Gaffer, but Lively, you see that in him, and he's only going to continue to get better. He's still, so young, but I think his temperament and who he is as a person is really going to help him.
And just kind of obviously now being 6-7, I imagine that's not what the team wants to be. But in that game, win against 76ers, there's been the narrative about the poor second halves that turned around. What do you want to see more so on Sunday in terms of that?
Yeah, just getting into. I've played on teams before where our third quarters have kind of been our Achilles heel. So just continuing to work through that, not getting it stuck in our head. Take it game to game, staying present, trying to find that balance within that first unit. And just it takes a team effort, throughout that quarter, whether guys are playing 6, 8, 10-minute stints. We need to make sure that we're picking each other up, being really tough to guard, moving the basketball, and putting a lot of pressure on that other team.
Resting and healing up, working, getting extra work.
Yeah, all the above. If you have an opportunity like this, you do want to move the needle. Hopefully we did that, but it's also good to get back on the routine of playing games.
Obviously Luka's not going to be there, but they added a guy like Klay Thompson, who obviously adds so much. What do you think he adds to that team specifically?
Well, he has that Hall of Fame, shooting that you always have to be aware where he is on the court because he can ignite at any moment. They've played well, you know, um, in the few games that they've played without Doncic, so they're extremely dangerous either way. They had an impressive win last night. Um, we have to make sure that we're bringing it and playing with some enthusiasm here at home and build on what we did the last time we played in front of our fans.
You guys play an aggressive, disruptive style of defense, but again, you guys are among the best in the not fouling and keeping teams off the free throw line. What's that balance like of obviously wanting to be aggressive, but also being disciplined?
It is a balance. If I were to nitpick, there was been a handful of times on that previous road trip where the end of possession where we fouled after great possession. So it's putting all of it together. That discipline at the end of the clock where you have to be able to get a contest, force teams to miss without fouling, and then also finish it with a rebound. We're doing both those things better. Particularly the rebounding. The defense rebounding has been better, but this league is a challenge now because it moves fast. There's a lot of speed and skill. It requires concentration. In a game that's like there's skirmishes and you can't lose that focus. We're making some strides there. Hopefully this week, help tighten some things up. But in terms of the disruptiveness, that is an important aspect to our defense.
Your team in transition this year on offense is one of the most efficient when you guys do take your shots, but you have one of the lowest frequency in attacking, in terms of scoring points in transition, while vice versa, teams are attacking you at a higher rate than other teams in transition. How are you guys kind of like looking to, balance that out on both ends of the floor, especially playing a team that, like the Mavericks, who don't have Doncic, they're going to push the ball a bit more because their guys are going to run up the court and try to speed it up in the half court?
Yeah, well, we definitely want to shore up our transition defense. It's typically been a strength point of ours. It's gotten a little bit better the last 5 games. And, they do play with more tempo going up the court. In terms of our offense, our fast break numbers are up. We do want to try to capitalize in early offense, the best that we can.
Can you talk about how helpful it is to have a guy like Haywood who can, play off the bench, start, guard the best guys? Can you kind of talk about how helpful that really is?
Yeah, he's embraced a role where he can have real purpose in this league, and that's a good example for a lot of guys that come up in a similar way through the G League or undrafted. You have to understand who you are as a player, how you can get on the floor, how you can coexist, with, different lineups. And so much of it is just doing the little things and also doing the tough things, defending and being held to a high standard defensively, guarding the other team's best players, but also being a great team defender, getting better, getting more disciplined, getting more knowledgeable. All of those things he's gotten so much better with, over his time with us. And I think the first step is just embracing that role. Some people fight that role, believe it or not.
Well, you talk early offense, and what Kevin does so often with his quick outlet passes and his inbounds often is getting you those shots within the first 7-8 seconds before a defense is ready. How much is that is just what he's always done, and how much is that a discussion?
It's a reminder that we want to take advantage of his unique skill set as much as possible. In many ways, what he does off the rebound or those inbounds, because of his next play speed ability, is similar to what Jokic does. Now, they're compressed minutes, but he's a great rebounder, and he's a great passer, has great vision. He wants to get people the ball. You want to take advantage of that. And the habit is, and the reminder is getting people to think that next play, before it happens, because he's thinking that next play. And it doesn't take long. Guys like to score. So if you get an easy basket off of one of his passes, that's kind of a motivating factor.
Quickly, what did you see from Jaime and Rozier? How are they looking at in terms of
Good.
technology?
Yeah, I was encouraged by it. Yeah.
Our injury does offer opportunities. So, like last game with Terry out, you got a chance to see a different group in that. What did you like about kind of what you saw with Duncan in that lineup and stuff like that, where you had different guys making?
I mean, the most important thing right now is, whatever's working for us. We gotta look into that right now. We're not where we want to be, and that doesn't mean that we shut the door on anything else. We're trying to find some consistency, some sustainability in our game, just like basically every other team in the East except for the two top teams. But that group has played a lot together, whether they've started or not. So we'll build on that, but also hopefully build some consistency with the other lineups.
How does your team deal with guys being in and out of the lineup and keeping having the ball moving without having a true table setter or facilitator at the guard position? How do you emphasize keeping the ball moving and making sure those assist numbers are up on the highest quality?
I think that has been much better, for us this year. I think there's a game that's a little bit more sustainable, regardless of who's out on the court and who's missing games. If they do miss, I think that's one of the things I'm more encouraged about.